Hello everyone, and welcome to your February 2024 America 250 Minute. You may recall that in the fall of 1772, the Crown elected to take over paying the salaries of the governor, lieutenant governor, and judges of Massachusetts, which were previously paid by the Massachusetts House of Representatives. The colonists were alarmed because this was a step away from responsible government, effectively making their leading officials independent of the electorate and beholden to the desires of the Crown. In February 1774, 4 of the 5 judges in the Massachusetts Bay Colony, mindful of the revolutionary atmosphere in Boston, chose not to accept the Crown's pay, but the 5th, Chief Justice Peter Oliver, took the offer. Chief Justice Oliver had crowed with joy over the news of his new Crown-guaranteed salary and saw no problem in overseeing cases which directly affected the Crown while also receiving his salary from the Crown. The Massachusetts colonists, however, loudly and violently protested the paying of royal salaries to judges. Rowdy types vowed to take Oliver to the Liberty Tree and let him swing from the branches until he repented of his evil ways. But law-abiding John Adams could not countenance threats of physical violence against a judge, no matter how crooked, corrupt, or weak-willed he might be. The law must take its course against Justice Oliver, Adams advised his fellow colonists, and the method to do so was impeachment. There was no precedent for impeachment in the colony, but Adams was undaunted. He researched how a process might be undertaken, using impeachment cases in England as his model. He found the necessary precedents in law, wrote up his findings, and took careful notes of Oliver's actions as Chief Justice. Relying on case law, moral imperatives, and the charter and history of Massachusetts, Adams began the Articles of Impeachment by setting forth the duties owed by judges to their fellow colonists. They were bound to defend against incursions into colonial rights and deprivation of colonial liberties. Adams went on to describe specific actions undertaken by Oliver which violated his sworn duty to the colonists and demonstrated not only his, quote, false representations and evil advice, but also his, quote, corrupt administration of justice. The House of Representatives approved the Articles of Impeachment and quickly moved to distribute Adams' legal findings throughout the colony. Colonists far and wide approved of the impeachment, but the royal governor of Massachusetts, Thomas Hutchinson, refused to recognize either the merits of the claims against Oliver or the legality of the impeachment. He declared that Chief Justice Oliver would not be removed, no matter how the Massachusetts House of Representatives had voted. John Adams did not despair. He knew that a judge without jurors could do little, and that the colonists would never serve under a man like Peter Oliver. Within months, Adams was proved right. When called to serve as jurors in their local courts, almost all of them refused to participate in a court system tainted by an impeached Chief Justice, just as Adams had predicted. Even when Oliver stayed away from court, colonists refused to sit as jurors and declined the oath of service. As one man testified in Boston, when asked why he refused to serve, we believe in our consciences that our acting in concert with a court so constituted would be betraying the just and sacred rights of our native land, which we need to preserve for our posterity. Without jurors, no cases could be heard, and the royally administered court system was brought to a standstill. The disruption of the royal administration of the colonies was now on a roll. Thank you, and I'll see you next month.